Your brain creates stories, then convinces you they're facts. I'm Mr. Reed, and this is the Standard Project. In this video, I will explain how your brain distorts reality and how to see clearly. If your thoughts feel like absolute truth, this is the filter distorting them. Someone doesn't text back. Your brain says they don't care about you. You make one mistake. Your brain says you're incompetent. One thing goes wrong. Your brain says everything is falling apart. These thoughts feel true, completely, obviously true, and you believe them. You make decisions based on them, change your behavior, alter your life. But they're not facts. They're interpretations, filtered, distorted, exaggerated. Your brain isn't showing you reality, it's showing you a story about reality. And in the next 19 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how these distortions work and how to filter them out. Your brain interprets everything. Those interpretations feel like reality. This is the fundamental problem. You think you're seeing reality directly, but you're not. You're seeing your brain's interpretation of reality. And interpretations are filtered through biases, past experiences, current emotions, and cognitive shortcuts. Psychiatrist Dr. Aaron Beck discovered that people don't respond to reality. They respond to their interpretation of reality. And these interpretations are systematically distorted in predictable patterns. He called them cognitive distortions. Same event, different interpretation, completely different reality. Example, your boss walks past without saying hello. Interpretation 1. Catastrophizing. They're upset with me. I'm getting fired. My career is over. Emotional response. Panic, anxiety, dread. Behavioral response. Avoid boss. Work anxiously. Prepare for worst. Interpretation 2. Neutral. They were distracted, thinking about something else, not about me. Emotional response. Calm, neutral. Behavioral response. Continue working normally. Interpretation 3. Positive. They're deep in thought. Must be working on something important, respecting their focus. Emotional response. Understanding, patience. Behavioral response. Give them space. Follow up later. Same event. 3 completely different realities, created by interpretation, not by facts. Dr. Emily Holmes's research shows that people with anxiety interpret ambiguous situations negatively 80% of the time. Not because negative outcomes are more likely, because their brain automatically filters toward threat. 3 reasons distortions feel true. Reason 1. Thoughts arrive fully formed. You don't see the interpretation process. The thought just appears. Feels like observation, not interpretation. Reason 2. Emotional confirmation. Distorted thought triggers emotion. Emotion feels real, therefore thought must be true. Circular validation. Reason 3. Pattern repetition. Same distortion repeatedly. Familiarity feels like truth. You've thought this 1,000 times, must be accurate. The problem? You can't separate interpretation from reality. The filter is invisible. The framework is the cognitive distortion filter. 5 systematic ways your brain warps reality. All or nothing thinking, overgeneralization, mental filtering, catastrophizing, mind reading. Recognize these patterns. See clearly. Distortion 1. All or nothing thinking. You see everything as perfect or failure. No middle ground exists. This is the black and white distortion. Reality exists on a spectrum. Your brain collapses it into extremes. How it manifests. Diet. One unhealthy meal equals I've completely ruined my diet. Might as well eat junk for the rest of the week. Work. Presentation had one awkward moment equals total failure. I'm terrible at presenting. Relationships. One disagreement equals this relationship is falling apart. Fitness. Missed one workout equals I have no discipline. I'm not a workout person. Reality. Presentation. 90% went well. One awkward moment. Overall success with minor improvement area. All or nothing interpretation. Complete failure. The distortion collapses 90% success into 100% failure. Why this distortion happens? Binary thinking is cognitively easier. Requires less nuance. Less gray area to navigate. Also provides emotional intensity. Extreme thoughts create extreme emotions. Feels important. The all or nothing rule. Any imperfection equals complete failure, perfection or nothing. Distortion. 2. Overgeneralization. One negative event becomes a never-ending pattern. This is the pattern creation distortion. Your brain takes one data point, extrapolates to infinity. The language of overgeneralization: always, never, everyone, no one, every time. These absolute words signal overgeneralization. Psychologist Dr. Martin Seligman's research shows that overgeneralization is a core feature of learned helplessness. One bad outcome becomes permanent, pervasive, and personal. Permanent: this will never change. Pervasive: this affects everything. Personal: this is my fault. Reality check. Thought: I never succeed at anything. Evidence: failed at one project this month, succeeded at 5 others. Reality: 5 successes, 1 failure. 83% success rate. Overgeneralization ignores 5 successes, focuses on 1 failure, creates false never pattern. The overgeneralization rule: one negative event proves permanent negative pattern. Distortion 3. Mental filtering. You filter out positive, magnify negative. This is the selective attention distortion. Your brain acts like a search engine optimized for threat and failure. How it manifests: performance review, 10 positive comments, 1 constructive criticism. What you remember: the criticism. What you forget: the 10 compliments. Social event: 15 good conversations, 1 awkward moment. What you replay: the awkward moment, for days. What you forget: the 15 good conversations. Dr. Roy Baumeister's research shows that negative events have 3 to 5 times more psychological impact than positive events. This is evolutionary. Threats mattered more than opportunities for survival. But in modern life, this creates distorted perception. The filtering process: brain scans environment for threats and failures. Positive information: dismissed as expected or lucky. Negative information: amplified as important and meaningful. Result: distorted negative view of reality. The mental filtering rule: positive doesn't count. Negative defines everything. Distortion 4. Catastrophizing. You jump immediately to worst-case scenario. This is the disaster prediction distortion. Small problem appears. Brain immediately forecasts catastrophe. The catastrophizing chain: Step 1. Minor negative event. Step 2. What if this leads to? Step 3. And then that causes. Step 4. Which results in complete disaster. Examples: boss seems annoyed, arrow. They're unhappy with my work, arrow. I'm getting fired, arrow. I'll be unemployed, arrow. I'll lose everything, arrow. I'll end up homeless. Physical symptom: this could be serious. It's probably cancer. I'm going to die. My family will suffer. Small mistake. Everyone will notice. My reputation is ruined. My career is over. My life is destroyed. Probability check. Catastrophic prediction: boss annoyed leads to homelessness. Actual probability: less than 0.01%. Most likely reality: boss had unrelated bad day. Nothing to do with you. Brain ignores 99.99% of probable outcomes, focuses on 0.01% disaster scenario. The catastrophizing rule: worst outcome is most likely outcome. Distortion 5. Mind reading. You assume you know what others are thinking. No evidence required. This is the assumption distortion. Your brain generates narratives about others' thoughts, treats them as facts. How it manifests: person doesn't text back, arrow. They're ignoring me. They don't care. Someone looks away during conversation, arrow. They think I'm boring. Friend seems quiet, implies they're mad at me. Colleague doesn't laugh at joke, implies they think I'm not funny. Mind reading narrative: they didn't text back. They're ignoring me. They don't value our friendship. They've decided I'm not worth their time. Reality: phone died, busy at work. Saw message, planned to respond later, forgot. Literally 50 other explanations more likely than doesn't care. But brain selects the negative narrative, believes it completely. Why mind reading happens: brain hates uncertainty, creates stories to fill information gaps. Negative stories feel more realistic, preparing for threat. Confirmation bias makes you notice evidence supporting the narrative. Ignore evidence contradicting it. The mind-reading rule. Negative assumptions about others' thoughts are facts. Now let me show you exactly how to identify and correct these distortions. The evidence question. What evidence supports this thought? What evidence contradicts it? This question separates interpretation from reality. Most distorted thoughts feel true because you don't test them. Evidence testing reveals distortions immediately. The evidence protocol. Step 1. Notice the thought. I'm terrible at my job. Step 2. Ask for supporting evidence. What evidence supports this? Evidence. Made one mistake this week. Step 3. Ask for contradicting evidence. What evidence contradicts this? Evidence. Completed 15 tasks successfully. Received positive feedback from manager. Helped colleague solve problem. Step 4. Weigh the evidence objectively. Supporting, 1 mistake. Contradicting, 15 successes plus positive feedback. Conclusion, original thought is distortion, not reality. Testing common distortions. Thought, no one likes me. Evidence for, had awkward conversation yesterday. Evidence against, 5 friends reached out this week, invited to 3 events. Positive interactions with 10 people. Reality, some people definitely like me. One awkward moment doesn't define everything. Thought, everything is going wrong. Evidence for, car broke down today. Evidence against, work is going well. Health is good. Relationships are strong. Finances stable. Reality, one thing went wrong. Most things are fine. The evidence rule, test thoughts against facts. Feelings aren't evidence. The alternative explanation exercise. Generate 3 alternative explanations for any negative interpretation. This breaks the automatic negative filter. Your brain generates 1 interpretation, usually negative. Forcing 3 alternatives reveals the distortion. The alternative explanation process. Situation. Friend didn't respond to text for 6 hours. Automatic interpretation, they're ignoring me. They don't care. Alternative 1, they're busy at work, can't check phone. Alternative 2, they didn't see the notification, will respond when they notice. Alternative 3, they saw it but want to give a thoughtful response, waiting for proper time, which is most likely. Alternatives 1 to 3, more probable than doesn't care. More examples. Situation, boss seemed short with you, automatic, they're unhappy with me. Alternative 1, they're stressed about something unrelated. Alternative 2, they're rushing to a meeting. Alternative 3, they're having a bad day. Situation, presentation had awkward moment. Automatic, I'm terrible at presenting. Alternative 1 awkward moment in 30-minute presentation. 95% went well. Alternative 2, audience was engaged overall. 1 moment doesn't define performance. Alternative 3, even experienced presenters have awkward moments. This is normal. The alternative rule. If you can generate 3 reasonable alternatives, your first interpretation is probably distorted. One question that exposes distortions. Would I think this if I were in a good mood? This question reveals emotion-driven interpretations. Your mood colors interpretation. Same event, different mood, different thought. The mood-dependent interpretation test. Current mood. Anxious, stressed. Thought. Boss walking past without saying hi means I'm getting fired. Ask, would I think this if I were in a good mood? Honest answer, no. In a good mood, I'd think they were busy or distracted. Conclusion, interpretation is mood-driven, not evidence-driven. Mood comparison, event. Friend takes 3 hours to respond to text. Anxious mood interpretation, they don't want to talk to me, they're avoiding me. Neutral mood interpretation, they're busy, they'll respond when they can. Good mood interpretation, they're probably doing something fun. I'll hear from them soon. Same event, 3 different realities, created by mood, not by facts. Why this question works. Reveals that interpretation changes with mood. If it changes, it's not objective reality. Makes you realize my mood is creating this thought, not the situation. Separates emotion-driven thoughts from evidence-based thoughts. The mood question rule. If interpretation changes with mood, it's distortion, not reality. Clear thinkers question their thoughts. Distorted thinkers believe them. This is the fundamental difference. Most people treat thoughts as facts. Clear thinkers treat thoughts as hypotheses to test. The shift. Distorted thinker. I think it, therefore it's true. Clear thinker. I think it. Is it true? What's the evidence? Same thought, different response, completely different outcome. Person A accepts thoughts automatically. Thought appears. I'm not good enough. Response. Believes it immediately. Acts accordingly. Limits themselves based on distorted thought. Result. Distorted thoughts control behavior. Person B questions thoughts systematically. Thought appears. I'm not good enough. Response. Is this true? What's the evidence? What are alternative interpretations? Result. Acts based on reality, not distortion. The clear thinking identity. Someone who questions interpretations, not someone who believes them automatically. Now you understand cognitive distortions. All or nothing thinking, overgeneralization, mental filtering, catastrophizing, mind reading, test thoughts with evidence, generate alternatives, check mood influence. This clears the distortion filter. But there's one more layer, turning these insights into automatic habits. You can recognize distortions intellectually, but if they're wired into automatic patterns, they'll keep appearing. You need to break the habit at its root. If you want to eliminate bad patterns permanently, watch the next video. Because recognizing distortions helps you think clearly in the moment, but breaking the habit pattern prevents them from forming in the first place. The next video shows you why habits persist even when you know they're bad, how to identify the cue craving response pattern, the exact process to rewire automatic behaviors, one substitution technique that breaks any habit. You've learned how to see clearly. Now learn how to think clearly automatically. Watch the next video now. One standard, greatness, one project, you.